Today we are joined by Da and Maz. Am I saying that correctly? From Octoheads.
Yeah, it's correct. Morning,
Yeah.
everybody.
Morning, everybody. GM.
Usually, I like to start the show with just a little introduction for anyone out there that might not know you guys or Octoheads. Tell me a little bit about the team and the project.
Basically, we're husband and wife engineers by trade. We entered the space kind of like most people. We like Dahir has a little bit of experience in crypto, um, but we're both like mechanical engineers. We like I'm an electrical engineer, but we wanted to do something that was a little bit different in the space. Before I become an engineer, like I actually wanted to become an artist. Like my dream was always to become an artist. Maybe funny story. I don't know if many people know about this from the community, but before going into engineering, I applied to art school and I got rejected. So it was kind of, I just want to say like I didn't give up on my dream. So that was one of the things that I thought that was it was really good for the end. Like the NFT really kind of made my dream come true, where I can bridge my childhood dream with what I know, which is kind of like engineering. And I think the way we kind of went into the NFT space was I was doing one of ones. And that's how I got introduced into it. It was more artistic than everything. But I found out that I value more building a community than just being an art project. So that's what kind of led to Octoheads.
So you did all of the art for the Octoheads?
The 2D art I have done everything. Also, I was also the dev behind the project as well. So artist and dev for that. We do have a lead artist for the voxels. He's very known in the community. His name is Duty Dum. So he is the lead voxel artist. And we've been working with him, trying to build this whole universe together.
How big is your guys' team?
Well, currently we have, I think, close to 10 people in our team. We have, obviously, we have something called the council. So the council are our board of advisors, and they are they're pretty much the voice of the community. So they were elected by the community when we started the project in the beginning, and they have the community's, I think, best intention at heart. So everything before we do anything, we pretty much go into a voting system. So we go through it and make sure that everybody is on board, and then we go ahead with that. We also have, because we're building on Sandbox, so we have a full dedicated team to build on the Sandbox for the game. We also have, obviously, led by myself and Da Duty Dum. So we're trying to take in that. We're trying to take the art direction and the story and the voxels to try and keep build a new universe when it comes to that, and we want to take that brand to the next level with all of this.
Go to your website. The first thing you see is that there is a Genesis collection and there is a Reloaded collection. What are, I guess, the two differences between those?
Yeah, so the Genesis was basically our entry into the NFT, building a community, because we wanted to focus on community first. We didn't want to go through the route of having a 10K collection to start. So the Genesis collection consists of 888, and this was basically our first step to building Octoheads as what it is today. So that was the start. So we built a roadmap, and our intentions from the start was to get into the metaverse. So the first step we got as soon as we launched the collection was getting into Sandbox. We got a vote by the holders, and they all, like, we put different metaverses in the bag, and Sandbox won the majority of the votes. So we instantly went and got us a plot 3x3, and we that was our intentions from the start.
Yeah, and also it's like this one actually a bit personal because like our collection is like 8888, right? 8888. So it actually like we launched Octohead Genesis in August, which is like it's my birth month, like one day before my birthday. So that is something that he wanted to do since the beginning, like something like a reborn, something fresh, something new. And
Mhm.
also like 8 years also is the year that I live in Canada. Like we based in Toronto. Like I moved to Canada 8 years ago, and also the same thing. Like 8 years is the number of times that I quit my job, like quit my engineering career, and then go chasing my dream, travel the world, and another last eight is like I'm an ex Nissan engineer. Like Nissan logo is like infinity kind of thing, right? So this
Mhm.
kind of play around what we are and who we are, and that we translate it into the art.
Along with the NFT, you also have the Inks token as well, right?
Yeah. So the Inks is our gamification token that we're introducing, and basically it is one way to actually get the voxels, because we're launching our VX in the next 2 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
That's our roadmap, and basically you need to get some inks to mint. Uh, if you're a holder, so that's almost like your whitelist if you're a part
Mhm.
of that. And we're also doing a public mint, but the public mint will be with ETH. But we're trying to do a different. So there is a big difference between the two. So the Genesis get one of one voxel to the art. So whatever you have for you can pretty much pick and choose your look, and you're gonna get the same in VX.
Yeah.
The reloaded, you get each two reloaded. You can it will get you one VX. So you need to get two reloaded and 300 inks to get uh, your VX. And then we have the public mint, which is going to be launched soon. We're going to have an announcement with more details about that. But the difference is that we're giving a lot of perks for the reloaded mints, because since they are the key of the metaverse,
Mhm.
so they're going to have a lot more rarities and secret traits as well that we haven't announced yet. So because there are only 4,000 that can be kind of bred from the reloaded, they're going to have a lot more chance to get a rare. So going to have a higher chance to get an ape and an alien, and also a few more traits that we already teased in Twitter. We have like an invisible complete voxel. So it's basically missing a face and arms and legs. So it's just kind of like an invisible man with an octo on their head,
Yeah.
and also a bunch of other traits that we're teasing in the next week or so.
Is there a way that you can earn the Inks token?
Yes, so the Genesis yield Inks token. So each Genesis yield 8 token per day. So
Yeah.
that's one way to earn it. And we also have games on Discord. So we just had recently we had an Inks party a few weeks back where we're just having a DJ party, and then we're dropping inks to everybody. And
Mhm.
also we just had another poker game night. That was very cool and popular. We got a lot of people to participate.
I was just reading through your roadmap. I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do with the inks, and you guys have like a lot of different like sub collections. I guess before we get into these, I wanted to ask, to claim these, do you have to burn any NFTs or no? Is there no burning involved?
To claim the VXs.
Well, like so, like the baby Kraken, like it says it's 2 Genesis plus inks. Like you don't have to burn the 2 Genesis NFTs to claim the baby Kraken, right?
Not at all. Not at all. No,
Okay.
it's a breathing mechanism.
Yeah.
But the only thing that burned is the inks token.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the one thing we didn't talk about is because it's not really we're teasing about it, is the baby Kraken. So the baby Kraken is our breeding in our with our community
Mhm.
for the Genesis collection, and they're basically kind of is a way to bridge I would say the holders with the game makers with the builders in the community. So the way we're having is like the baby Krakens is just like kind of like similar to our babies. They're growing, and the way we're having it marketed as, if you're building a project or trying to get into the space, baby Kraken will be your entry point, because we're dedicating some of our resources to go in the weekly calls with the holders
Mhm.
and talk about their projects and help them out and try and facilitate the builders with the artists with the designers, and try and get everybody in one chat room and kind of launch their projects. So like other projects, they have like alpha channels. For us, we're trying to breed that alpha within the community, and that's like our long-term game with Octohead's community and the Octohead brand.
Will the baby Krakens earn Inks token as well, or no?
No, but the baby Krakens down the line will have a baby Kraken VX.
Yeah.
That's something still in development. We just want to make sure that we follow the roadmap. So now we're at V3, which is doing the Octohead's VX. So we'd like to take stuff at like one thing at a time, so we can try and focus and give it as much attention. But baby Kraken VX is something that we're very excited about for the future, and it will give all of the holders almost like a gamification, because you don't just need to have a Genesis, because Genesis doesn't give you a chance to get a baby Kraken VX. You actually need Reloaded, which is our V2, to get a VX for the baby Kraken. But that's stuff that we're working on with the team. We're trying to get some surprises there, and we're trying to work and making that whole system kind of very cohesive.
Do you guys have any plans to come out with, I guess, with a game?
Yeah, so that's actually what we're currently working on. We've been working on it since October. I would say like way before we even launched V2. So we started building on Sandbox as soon as we finished the Genesis collection. So that's something that we've been working on. So we launched the Genesis collection in August, and once we launched that, we were already in the talks with the team and trying to build a really cool experience in Sandbox. So we had different options. Obviously, Sandbox offers a lot of diversity in the game. So you can do a community hub, or you can do a lot of other stuff, live events. So we opted for making a game on Sandbox. So actually, funny you mentioned that. We've been going back and forth, trying to get accepted into the game fund and being a official partner with Sandbox. And just this morning, we just got an email that we're officially partnered with Sandbox. We got accepted in the Game Maker Fund.
Congratulations!
Thank you so much. And this is like an alpha, like a small league, because actually no one know about it yet except like our council and our team. Even our community didn't know, because we just got the email right before we came to Sandstorm. Like, so it's like our lucky day today.
You said you have a 3x3 land plot in the Sandbox. We're going to kind of move over into that. What are you guys' plans for this 3x3? Because that's a pretty good size of land.
Yeah, so part of it that we're building the game on the land, but we're also trying to divide it into, I would say, like 3 different sections. So part of it is going to be a community hub for people to hang out. Obviously, the game is one of them, and the third section is something that we're still building right now, and that's part of our pitch to Sandbox was we actually have a collaboration with. We're building an underwater museum. It's launching, I would say, this year. We already started the production and the planning and the building. So that's happening in the Philippines, in LA Union. So our pitch was, we already know that a lot of people cannot travel due to, the current state that's happening in the world right now. And a lot of people cannot dive either. So part of that we're trying to build is we're trying to build a replica of how is that going to look like in the real world and have that in the Sandbox. And that way we can bridge the metaverse and real life. And that's kind of one thing, because we, as much as we believe in the metaverse, we also want to promote real life as well.
Like the first NFT ever that have ever done the actual statue, and then they're going to go into deep in the water. And then we're gonna have it's gonna help the coral reef rehabilitation, and then get all the marine life back. And at the same time, it's gonna attract people to to visit the country and then help their economy as well. So it's a win-win for the human, for the nature, and for the country. And then also with that, We also aware that people not going to be able to travel if you not live in the Philippines or in that area, right? So we're gonna
Mhm.
make the replica in the metaverse and also in the real life, because we believe in the bridging of both worlds. Like, metaverse is very awesome, but at the same time, we are human. We need human connection in the real world. So anything that can bridge the thing that we love the most is gonna be awesome. That's why we do this.
And also, we're also working with the local dive shop to do maintenance. So we're trying to work. I think we already worked out a deal with them this week. So far to start, it was a 3-year, I would say, like contract to try and take care of it and organize the dives, make sure that everything is going as according to plan. But yeah, like this is I think it's a passion of ours to always give back and help. And what's not to like about helping the planet to thrive again. So I
Mhm.
think if each NFT project does something like this, I think we're on a very green future.
You did mention briefly that you have a plot of land in NFT Worlds, and NFT Worlds is going absolutely like insane right now. I see a lot of people talking about it. Do you guys have any type of plans of what you're going to do in that, or did you just buy land because you're like, we might want to do something here, but we're not too sure yet?
Well, we bought the land early in January, and we still haven't planned on building there yet. But that's something that it's in our roadmap. Um, so yeah, more details coming on that very soon.
Yeah, but like I can give you a little bit alpha. Like we, as an engineer in us, we never do something without plan. So
Yeah.
before we do something, we have something already execute in our head. Like in our head, they have like 8 brains and everything. So we
Mhm.
have that in mind, but we're gonna develop further down the line. But right now, our focus is on Sandbox
Mhm.
at the moment, and then in the future, yeah, and we're gonna expand it to NFT world. We already have someone in mind that like the developer for NFT World. But yeah, like I said, right now our focus is 100% on Sandbox.
One thing that we haven't announced yet, but we are working on implementing our voxel models into AR. So not just that you can use that in the sandbox, you can also use it with your mobile phone and incorporate that with the AR. So that's something that we've been secretly working in the past, I would say, weeks, trying to get that done. We already been had some good successes, but obviously the team knows about it. So but yeah, that's something that we decided to keep for Sandstorm to leak out on your show. So yeah, that's something that we're working on. So not just the voxels can be used in Sandbox, we're working on other utilities for the 3D models to be used outside of that.
I want to thank you guys for coming on. I want everyone in the stream to go follow Octoheads, join their Discord.
It was a pleasure. Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. Like, yeah, pleasure talking to you.